Thank you, Ms. Supperware and Ms. Pivcatch and all our distinguished presenters. Our valedictorian, Miles Elkington, is now invited to the stage to present the 2014 address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Miles Elkington, and congratulations, we've made it. To all of my fellow students, I'm proud to say that after tears, after not nearly enough sleep, after far too much hard work, it's all over. But of course, it's not just the students, it's everyone here, all the parents, all the teachers, everyone here has been along for this massive journey. I couldn't be happier to say that we've reached the end of this ridiculously long assembly. Wow. This assembly made the maths trial exam look like a bit of wholesome fun. And for those of you who don't understand that comparison, we were beyond tears at the end of that. We just laughed. That's how bad it was. So with that in mind, yeah, just make sure your phones are on silent. And if you could just nudge the people to your left and right to make sure everyone's awake for the home stretch. But when I think about what makes CSC, or what has made CSC such an amazing place to be for the past 2 years I've been here, it boils down to two main groups. Firstly, the teachers. I don't even have to be dishonest here. Every teacher I've had has been brilliant at this school. But it's not the fact that all of our teachers are so competent, are so capable, that makes this school an amazing place. It's not the fact that we've all had our minds stretched, we've all had our curiosity activated. It's the fact that the teachers have our backs. They actually genuinely care about us. I remember last year we had an assembly about suicide and depression. When we got back to class, Barry Johnsberg said, if you guys have an issue, if something's up, you can talk to me about it, and you can talk to any of the staff here. And we knew he meant it. The teachers over the past few years have wanted us to succeed academically, sure, but they wanted us to succeed personally. And that's what made the classrooms such a pleasure to be in. It's been a stressful few years, and I don't think we could have asked for any better companions. So, from all of us, thank you. Thank you for doing what we know you will keep on doing for as long as you are here. Now, the second group of people that makes this school so excellent is, of course, the students. We've got a wide range of students here. People who are avid supporters of local business, pumping money into Casuarina Shopping Centre through all hours of the school day. And I simply have to mention our two most productive students this year. These guys have written hundreds of English essays, and we've all learned a thing or two from them. I'm of course talking about SparkNotes and Schmoop.com. We are very appreciative of their work this year, but in all seriousness, what makes this school so special is you guys. You've got people like Jacob Hazeldine, who isn't just fun to talk to because he's really clever and he's really talented, but because he's a really kind person. You've got people like Alison Stennett, who's always working quietly hard in the library, showing a determination that you can't not admire. You've got people like Viv, whose last name I'm not even going to attempt, who never lets any circumstance get in the way of being the brightest, most warm person in any conversation she has. You've got people like Natalie Jones, who in Year 11 English gives a speech about not judging people based on what you can see, who not only has half the class in tears, but still impacts the way I view people I meet to this day. And then you've got people like Sean Wilson. I'm not even gonna pretend to understand that guy, but when you talk to him, you find out he's not only weirdly hilarious, he's actually really grounded and mature. These people are a handful of the many that spring to mind when I think about CSC. The special awards tonight, they're great, they look really pretty, but at the end of the day, I think everyone here has something unique about them, something brilliant about them, and getting to know even a few of you over the last 2 years has been a real privilege. But it is, of course, the students who make CSC such a tolerant place, such an accepting place. It's for that reason that tonight I want to take this opportunity to officially come out. It's right, I want to come out as completely straight. I know, it's a big shock. Huge shock. There's been a lot of confusion. I have a bit of a nasally voice. I'm friends with far too many females. I use hand gestures just a bit too much, if I'm honest. But the point is, it wouldn't have mattered either way. At CSC, we've got people of every race, of every religion, of every sexuality, of every political persuasion, and they're all welcome regardless. At CSC, the one thing we have in common is how different we all are. I was talking to some friends from CSC, and we were discussing what we'll miss the most about this school. We all had similar answers, but I think one student summarised it most nicely. Now, I don't want to name names and embarrass anyone, so we'll just call her J. Kenzie. Sorry, that's far too obvious. We'll just say Jessica K. Now, this young lady, she said, I'll miss getting to see people every day that otherwise I might not have even come into contact with. At CSC, everyone is so different, and we've learned over the past few years that our differences are real, they're important, but they're not issues. They're our strength, and that's not a lesson in the syllabus. Now, CSC has been an amazing school, but it's the future that I imagine we're all thinking about now. What comes next? There's a lot of advice out there, but if I could make one recommendation, it would be this. Live a thankful life. Live a life of gratitude. Something we hear in our culture all the time is, I want to find happiness. And I'm not sure if that's how happiness works. I'm not sure if it's some destination we reach at 25 when we wake up, go, hey look, I found happiness, and then every day is great. Perhaps when we're surrounded by people who love us, when so many of us have supportive parents, when we live in a beautiful part of a beautiful country, perhaps life isn't about finding happiness, and it's about recognizing happiness, being thankful for what we have. Perhaps that's the way we might avoid becoming bitter and cynical. And perhaps, if this is an issue for us now, it might not go away when we get a bit more money in our pockets. But at the end of the day, I'm not too worried about how you guys are going to turn out. It's early days, but I think our last day of school, dress-up day, was a really powerful sign of things to come. Across Australia, the final day of Year 12 is a big issue. People come to school under the influence of substances, there's vandalism, the police are involved, it gets really messy. Schools in Darwin generally don't do a lot better. At CSC, it was different. People weren't intoxicated. They had a great time, sure, but they were respectful and they were thankful to all of the teachers who had put so much into their lives over the past few years. We were celebrating the end of an amazing experience. Why would we muck up? The only stupidity was from some Year 10s who threw eggs at the parade. And that's okay. That's what Year 10's for. That's the year allocated to being stupid. I think it's a really big deal that on our last day, on the day representative of our transition from students to adults, we were thankful, we were mature, and we were adults. Class of 2014, the last 2 years have been an honour, and I can't wait to see what I know you will all achieve over the next few years. I'll see you later tonight. Everybody else, thank you very much.
I think I speak on behalf of everyone here in thanking Miles for that inspiring speech. Before closing this evening's proceedings, please enjoy a performance by Tamika Wright, Rakesh Wright, James Rooney, and Patrick Norman, who will be performing Feeling Good.